Good afternoon again, and we're going to carry on today, and we're going to make a map and explore some of the tools in ArcGIS Online. So notice that you are signed in, and we're ready to go. All right, so I'm going to click on Map up in the left, top left, and if there's a delay, it's a connectivity issue. All right, so here is a map, and they call this a web Mercator. So the extent is always going to be global on these maps when you open up a map. The first thing I'd like to do is to zoom in and out. Okay, and let's zoom our way around, and let's zoom into my area, which is Maine. And so here we are in central Maine. Let's see how far we can get into with these topo maps. And you'll notice that as we go in, the image in the map does change. See that? Just changed. It's because they're scale dependent. So a new image is loaded depending on the scale, the amount of zoom in that you choose. Quickly, I'm going to change my base map right now since we're here. And so I go up here to base map, click on that, and I'm going to pick imagery because the imagery up and down the Penobscot River is actually really beautiful. So there we are. So this is the Penobscot River, and you can see the roads here. Let's zoom out so we can check out where we are. The islands in the Penobscot River. Notice that as we zoom out, the imagery does shift a bit, right? You're getting new images. All right, so we're on images. Now there's another way to get to where you want to be, and that is to use the search box in the upper right. And I'm going to put Bangor, Maine. And I have to put in Bangor, Maine because otherwise it'll take me to Northern Ireland. So there's Bangor, and let's look at Bangor and look at the airport. And that's actually one of the most identifiable features when you're zooming in on cities is to look for those airports. So what we can do now is use another tool that is rather fun to use, and that's the measure tool. And when you open the measure tool, you have measure area, measure linear distance, and find your lat and long. And here we can change it to the units. So I'm going to measure the length of that runway. And so we start, make sure this tool is on, click here, run a line all the way to the end of the runway, and you can see that it's a little over 2.5 miles long, one of the longest runways for such a small city. We can get the lat and long of this runway of the city, and you can see here, by clicking this one, we can get the longitude, which is -68, and its latitude is a +44. So 68 west of the prime meridian and 44 north of the equator. All right, so we've done that. Another wonderful, not so much a tool, but something that you have to use often is a save. Let's save the map that you've made. All right, so I'm going to call it Bangor runway, right, and possibly the date, which I find helpful. If I make multiple maps, this helps me. And then this one you may want to put Bangor, to give it a tag. You have to give it a tag, otherwise it won't save. And my initials. Notice, be really careful about where you save your work. And I'm just going to hit Save right now. Okay, all right, I think that we're done for today. So please make sure you do save